Hello, everybody. This is Dave Wallace coming to you from my home in Waihawa, and aloha and welcome to Monday Talk Story Time. Okay, under the lychee tree, and check out this beautiful flower right back here. Okay, nice blooming one right here. Beautiful. Okay, so for my friends up in the mainland who enjoy the background, welcome. Anyway, just a couple of announcements before we start. First, our Anna Blaze book series. We're on book number 3, and we're winding it down. I've hired a writer, and hopefully, we should be getting some feedback from the writer. And it's been taking some time trying to finish this. But when we finish with book number 3 and start on book number 4, that's my signal for the launching, and we'll be ready to launch this book. Right now, the preliminary date is the middle of September, September 15th, in fact, is when we want to launch the book and get it out. And I'll be making those notifications soon. So beginning about the first week of September, you can expect some emails from me. Also, I'll be actively promoting this on Facebook through ads, and it's going to be my first major push to get Anna Blaze out. And again, just to refresh your memory, Anna Blaze is a work of fiction, and this is about a young girl who has the ability to teleport, and teleporting, moving from one place to another in an instant, in blink of an eye, she's gone. And she also inherited that trait from her mom, who had this ability. And she can also mind read, read people's minds, and she's intelligent enough that she figured it out that if she can read people's minds, she can use the same skill to read and plant thoughts into animals, which is going to be really fun. So this is the Annabelle series, and she starts off uh, being born into a pretty interesting family, the dynamics there, but later on she has to spend time alone. And to get more of that information, you're going to have to read the book. Okay? So, Anna Blaze. And the title of the book is Anna Blaze, Telepath and Rift Jumper. And the first book that we're going to be releasing is called Origins. And right now it's looking like a 10-book series. The first 3 will be available soon. The second thing that I wanted to address tonight, in fact, the main topic I'm going to be talking about tonight, is a second series that's really taking off and getting a lot of attention. And that series is Hawaiian Shapeshifters series that I just started several weeks ago and started posting. In fact, I'm on my 7th episode on Kindle Vella. Right now, this is the only way you can get the story, Kindle Vella, and the first 3 episodes are free. After that, you're gonna have to buy tokens, and I try and keep the episodes short enough so it won't take that many tokens to read. And my goal is to get people reading instead of spending in tokens. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Okay, so this second series is called Hawaiian Shapeshifters, and the first 5 books of the series is going to focus on the puhi. Okay, so the first portion is called The Mark of the Puhi. And in this story, we're tracing the main character. Her name is Kawai. And we start off knowing her as a 18-year-old, a 17-year-old who's just graduated from high school. And she's raised in the mainland in the state of Utah by her mother, who is not Hawaiian. She's Haole. And her father is the Hawaiian who has the ability to shapeshift. Now, There's going to be 5 books total for this particular series, and right now we have enough of information to finish one book, and I'm starting the second. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the episodes that are already published on Kindle, and I'm putting them Kindle Vella, and I'm putting them together and expanding the story and adding more details. And we're going to be creating short read books, 5 chapters each. Each book is going to be about 10,000 words. So it should take you about an hour to 90 minutes. If you read slow, it's going to take you 2 days. Okay, so that's my intention on the book. So I'm going to be taking the stories that's already been published, adding more detail, and strengthening the stories. I already see some pukas, some holes, and gaps that need to be filled, and I'll be filling those gaps and presenting it in a new form. And this one is going to be a separate ebook by itself, 5 episodes, 5 chapters in one set. So be on the lookout for that. So I'll be creating the ebooks, and then I'm still thinking about putting it into paperbacks if it's popular enough. So that's my intention for this. Now, for many of you Hawaiians out there who are looking at me and who are asking me, Dave, what you doing with this, man? Sacred stuff you're talking about. Well, uh, in Hawaii, we have 2 forms of stories that uh, the ancients had. The first story, which is considered sacred, is called mo'olelo. Okay, and mo'olelo are stories of fact. Okay, and these are historical. A lot of times, talking about historical people, historical events, and these stories were normally told with great reverence, and there were protocols that were set up to share mo'olelo. Okay, and a lot of times when you hear people talking story in family reunions, that's the kind of mo'olelo they're sharing. They're sharing actual events about family and family history. Okay, so that's one form of story. The second story is what Hawaiians call a ka'au. Ka'au. And a ka'au is a fictitious story told for entertainment. Okay? And this is what the Hawaiian Shapeshifters series is all about. It's fiction. Okay? So relax. I'm not giving away family secrets, although in the stories that I am writing, um, some of the things that I describe are things that actually happen in my family, but I'm not giving names, dates, or anything like that. It's just that sharing something similar happening. Okay, so that's a ka'au, and so um, right up front, I'm telling you, this is make believe, yeah. And the object of me telling this is to entertain people. Plus, we all have ancestors. Um, these stories are based on the Hawaiian shifting series is based on something that's legend among not only Hawaiians but also throughout Polynesia. And I'm talking about a group of people called kupua. Kupua. And these kupua were considered demigods. And these demigods normally had a human parent and a god that was a parent. And some of the more famous kupua, for example, you have Kamapua. Okay, and Kamapua is uh, they call him the pig man. Okay, and if you take a look at Kamapua, his father was Kayikiula and the mother was Hina. Okay, And so, and he was born here on the island of Oahu. However, he is best known for the island of Maui, most uh, best associated with the island of Maui. And Kamapua'a, as a shapeshifter, he could be a man, okay, and it could also be a pig, and other forms that he chose to reveal himself is. If he jump in the ocean, he turn into a humu humu nuku nuku apua'a. And if you translate that and stuff, it talks about a long-nosed fish that grunts like a pig. Okay, so that's a humu humu nuku nuku apua'a. Okay, so that's another form that Kamapua'a took. Another one is turning into a kukui tree, kukui nut tree, and many different shapes they could change into. And so sometimes Kamapua would turn into a little, baby pig, make cute and stuff. Depends who he wants to impress. Sometimes he turn into a giant pig. In fact, one of them, where he turned into, one of the stories about him is him and his followers were trapped by people trying to kill him, and he transformed himself into a gigantic pig and laid down in a stream, and he was so huge that he blocked the flow of the water. And as the soldier, as the people pursuing him came up the stream, he stood up and let the water come down, and all of the people were washed away down the stream and cleared out into the ocean, and they were killed. So this is shape shifting, okay? And this is some of the things that did. The second one, the second popular, in fact, most mentioned in Polynesia, kupua, is Maui. In fact, in every culture in Polynesia, you have Maui, a figure Maui called, and the deeds that he was able to do here in Hawaii. He lift up the sun. He lift up the skies because the skies was too close to the earth, and because the skies was too close to the earth, nothing could grow. So him and his father pushed up the sky. In fact, one of the legends talk about him getting a tattoo on his arm that gave him strength, and another one was he drank from a gourd from this woman, and whatever he drank gave him that strength to push the sky above. And other stories include him slowing down the sun because the sun used to race across the sky. So him and his brothers captured the sun, beat him up basically, and put him back in the sky and say, slow down. And so because the sun got tired and worn out, he moved slowly across the sky so that plants could grow, copper could dry. Okay. And so some of the forms that Maui could change himself into, he could change it into anything he wanted. Okay. And that's the thing about the kupua. A lot of people get hung up, says, hey, if he's a kupua, he only changes to one form. No, they can change into many forms, and the word that many people use is kinolau, meaning the 1,000 forms. Okay, so they can change into many different shapes, but the ones that Maui changed into. Sometimes he would be playing hide and go seek with his brothers, and to keep them from finding, he changed himself into a tiny insect. Okay, and that's a trickster. Okay, and other times he could change himself into birds up in the sky. So whatever situation he faced that needed, he could transform and change himself. Uh, Other things that these kupua, the shapeshifters, could do is not only change form but also change their age and appearance in the human form. Like many people talk about seeing Pele, okay, which is another person that can change their form. They see Pele as either a very young and beautiful woman or someone that's old and haggardly, okay, and very frail. And so these are all shape shifting, okay, and changing from one form to the next. Now, the reason why I focus on the puhi as my first one is that this has to do with my family history. And the kupua in our family is a kupua that came from Tahiti. And he had the ability to change from a human being. While he was on land, he was a human being. When he went into the ocean, he could change into an eel, okay, a puhi, a great big puhi. And so that's why I'm focusing on the puhi in honor of that particular ancestor and to honor my family. And this ka'au that I'm sharing, okay, this make believe story, has the intention of not only alerting our family and reminding our family of our ancestral roots, but while I am sharing this ka'au, I'm also sharing some of the values that my family hold dear and sacred. Okay, and by sharing these values, hopefully it can help you and other people, and so from live better lives and be more responsible. Okay, and every animal on the reef in the ocean had served their purpose, and every animal on land have their purpose. And so sometimes when you're looking at different individuals on land, their behavior and stuff mimics a lot of things in the ocean. For example, when I was a little kid, um, people hardly remember me. Why? Because I hardly said anything. Okay, I was a person. I was this quiet kid that was always hiding and not saying nothing. Okay, but I was always watching and listening. Okay, watching and listening. Now, if you go onto the reef and you ever observe the pui, what is the eel doing? He's watching, he's listening, waiting for the right time. Okay, so everything is done in a right time. So there's a lot of things that we can learn by looking at these forms in nature, by examining ourselves. Some of you are very aggressive. Okay, you may be a land shark. Okay, some of you folks are kind of like kicked back and like to cruise and stuff like that. Hey, maybe another form, for those of you who call yourself, uh, listen, couch potatoes and stuff, take a look at what the OP does. Okay, clamp on and stay in one place for a long time. So maybe you're emulating the OP by being a couch potato. So rather than calling yourself a couch potato, maybe change or say, hey, I'm not that. I want OP. Okay, living room OP. Anyway, food for thought. Okay, so this is the what I wanted to share today, and why I'm writing Shapeshifters and Hawaiian Shapeshifters, and what I'm talking about. And it's a reminder: this is make believe, a ka'au, not a mo'olelo. Okay, so until next time. This is Dave Wallace from Waihoa, Hawaii, wishing you well and have a great week. And until next time, aloha.